folks to jump in here. Truth of the matter is, I'm bored. Plain, simple. I'm up in Canada right now, in Toronto, well, near Toronto. And nobody's on YouTube. So, nothing on TV. Some of the things that are in French. You know, French Canadians, whatever. So, here I am. While I wait for people to show up, I'll just run my mouth. So I'm sitting in a hotel. Um, Ashley, of course, isn't here. And just traveling. Hey, 351 Cleveland. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Sydney. So, we'll start things off with the joys of getting to Canada. Uh, I've never flown international, never been out of the country. So I didn't know what to expect. Would my phone work? Would they take US dollars? Would my credit cards work? Of course, the hotel and the flight were paid for, so, the rest, I had American dollars and I knew I could convert them. And no, don't ever convert them at the airport because that's a scam and a half. Hey, Big Mike, good to see you. Um, so my flight came out of Memphis, went to uh, Charlotte. So Memphis has an international airport, and the biggest thing that flies out of Memphis are FedEx jets in the middle of the night. We're down to one concourse, and let's just say Memphis International Airport is not very busy. Anthony J. all day, I've actually gone exploring in this area. So, I had a connecting flight in Charlotte that would take me to Toronto. Was supposed to leave at 1:05, so we're going to have a couple hours later. Then it's going to be like 4 o'clock that it leaves. And I look up the regulations because I'm like, after 2 hours of mechanical delay, etc., isn't that, don't they owe you some money? Well, it turns out in the U.S. they owe you jack squat. In Canada, it's 3 hours, but at this point we're going to be it's going to be like 2 hours and 50 minutes. Fortunately, unfortunately, take your pick. It got delayed again, so took us almost 4 hours to get here, or 4 hours late. Yeah, it does look Canadian A. Don't you know? I'm about to tell you all about it. So, get through customs. It was funny because the person I was traveling with and the person in front of me, they had this one lady, and they're like, okay, why are you here? Where are you staying? How are you going to get there? And I get this other lady like, so are you in town for a business conference, meetings? Like, in meetings. Okay, bye. So we got through customs pretty easy. Everything's electronic now. So anyway, we go get our bag. We get my bag. And American Airlines has mangled it. It started off with 2 wheels, and now it has one, and a corner of the suitcase is missing. So I'm dragging this through the airport. And, you gotta go through this customs and that customs and, different checkpoints. So I get through the last one, and the person that was traveling with me, she's like, do y'all still stamp passports? And I'm like, I've never been out of the country. He's like, yeah, so the guy goes and stamps my. I said, well, this is cool, because they've never let me leave the country before. He's like, wait, huh? Why have they never let you leave the country? I was like, well, I mean, I didn't have a passport, had no reason to. It was like, I'm at the last checkpoint, and I'm about to get myself kicked out of the country already. You see, beers, I get it. Find a Blue Jay? See, now, if the Maple Willie's were playing, I would try to get there. Little did I know, because I did not research this because it's a work trip. I am literally a few miles from Lake Ontario, which is one of the Great Lakes. I mean, I hear it's great. I fished there. Maybe it's just mediocre. I don't know. But it is what it is. And the lady I was traveling with, she was like, I was thinking, if we got there early enough, we could go see Niagara Falls. I was like, that would be really cool. And then found out today, now at 3 o'clock, even on the Sunday, you weren't going to get to Niagara Falls. Um, the traffic here is, well, there's a lot of traffic. Memphis doesn't have a lot of traffic. We have a lot of bad drivers, but rush hour in Memphis is not bad at all compared to real cities. Yeah, Anthony's rod. No, I think it flew. I think it might be in the Mississippi or the Gulf by now, but it's not going to be up at Lake Ontario. Gravity and now stuff like that. So it was good that we didn't try that. You get to the hotel. The room that I have is actually pretty nice, except it has sheer curtains, and then the real curtains, they only go like this far. There's no rod to actually move them all the way closed. So there's that. But the Canadian men who haven't been here to go, why are you standing in front of your window like that there, sir? Anyway, Anthony, if you can't find your rod, that is not my problem, sir. I wish you luck in that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll talk about it on Sunday After Dark on Wednesday. Hey, Clyde, good to see you, my friend. I appreciate you guys joining. There were people live earlier, but then I looked, there's nobody live. I'm like, I'm bored. Canadian bacon, it's just nicer ham. Everything's expensive up here. I was surprised. Like last night, my burrito was $20. Not that burrito. Hey, watch it there, FFA. What is the Mid-South? Well, Mr. Tahoe, it's like Midwest or Mid-East, but it's Mid-South. Memphis area, but I'm in Toronto, so there's that. Let's see. So, of course, the company wants you to have this amount of money that you spend on breakfast, lunch, and dinner, different prices, and 15 is breakfast and lunch each, and then like 35 for supper. And like, this is ridiculous. But it's like 71% or 71 cents on the dollar or something like that. So anyway, American Airlines filed a claim about the baggage, to which they said, well, send us some pictures. So I sent us pictures, and they're like, okay, what we need you to do is we're going to send you a FedEx label, and we need you to send us the bag, and we'll determine whether we can fix it or not. I'm like, I got to get home with some luggage, and I don't have any luggage that works now. So I had to go buy something regardless. Well, Mr. Delhawk, Canada could be the devil. I don't know. It seems like there's more devilish places. Hello, Presley. Thank you for joining. I probably didn't say hi yet to Scotty, but hi, Scotty. Good to see Scotty. Where you been, Scotty? It's been a long time, Scotty. Scotty. And then on the way home Thursday, we're going to stop. We've got a layover in O'Hare, but not for a very long time. That's a place I could use an extended layover. Be going, Giordano's Pizza, here I come. But anyway, you are 9, Scotty, and I'm proud to have you here. Let me give you a shout out. Hey, everybody, shout out to Scotty. Scotty, you've been shouted out. Would you like to be a mod? Let me unmod you so I can make you a mod again. But I'm so glad to have people joining. I have 17 people in here, and only 7 thought it was worth a thumbs up, and it's 7 more than should have thought it was worth a thumbs up. Truly, I am bored. I don't have a lot to talk about, but I figured you guys would offer some stuff on the subject of beautiful women who won't go out with me. Hi, Diana. How you doing? Scotty, you would be the best mod ever, but you're not. So I don't know. I do find it interesting. So we all know about the sound and the shorts, and using different hashtags. The content actually matters a lot. Ketchup chips or a milk bag. I have tried milk bags, but it was when my wife. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. We'll leave that alone. So, sorry, everyone who just puked a lot in their mouth. So we know about the sound, we know about using the hashtags, and the content matters. If I have a good duck video, like good picture of duck, good quality quality duck, it does pretty well. If I have a snake, nobody watches. Nobody. Like crickets. And then I had one that the duck was a little further off, and people didn't like that one as much. Just didn't watch it. I don't know what poutine is. I did see it on the menu, but I prefer. See, Ashley does the running. I don't like the runs. Just last Dell's here. I thought we kicked him out. Oh, hey, Seago, good to see you. I'm sorry, man. Didn't see you. Bad, my bad, my bad. He's in what? Cindy. Wang dang, sweet poutine. Um, I think we're talking about different things. Poutine and poutine are two different things. Great people in the chat. Well, thank you, Anthony. I mean, they're people. We'll give them that. You're going to take a break and eat. You're going to, Clyde, seriously, you're going to leave this amazing live stream of nothingness, of pure unadulterated boredom, and you're going to take a break and eat. Bro, get your priorities straight. All right, just get your priorities straight. Hey, there you go. Yeah. Ooh. Who's Tony talking to? He's talking to me or anybody that will listen, I think. So, there's that. Credit cards work up here just fine. Some places take US dollars, but I haven't bothered to go that route. And my AT&T prepaid, because I do the $25 a month, which is basically $300 a year up front. And 16 gigs of data, unlimited calls, text, that kind of nonsense. But when I got up here, it said, turn on roaming if you want to use Rogers' network, and charges could apply. So I called them, and I'm like, how much are we talking about? Oh, no, it's included. So I've been doing without internet for no reason. So got that fixed. Anyway, hey, Rod, good to see you. Anthony was looking for a Rod earlier. I'm not sure if you're interested in him, but I'm just saying. And if nothing else, Rod, if you and Scotty could get together, Scotty could tell you when he's going to be fishing in Mississippi. If you could just, do the barge bite thing for him, just drive a barge down there. It's not that hard, right? I will tell you, the water up here, even the bottled water, tastes different. Be that as it may. The roads here are shit. Memphis has some bad roads. But they're not in good shape. The traffic flow is weird, but the roads are just, they're kind of shit. Like I said, there's a lot of traffic. I talked to one of the locals here, and he said, 90% of Canada, of the population of Canada lives within 50 miles of the U.S. border. I don't know for sure about that, but it was interesting. From somebody that lives up here, because he's like, we're larger than the U.S. and have a tenth of the population. So, there you go. Can't be as bad as Illinois. I know where you're coming from. And when I lived in St. Louis, Kinloch is near the airport. It's a very impoverished suburb, if you want to call it that, of St. Louis. And the roads were hideous there. The potholes were connected by asphalt, was about all there was. Hey, Dawson. I would go fishing if I had, if I had known I was going to be this close to Lake Ontario. I still wouldn't have brought my fishing stuff because, airplanes and regulations, and God only knows what an out-of-country fishing license would cost. Plus, I don't know how to measure a fish in centimeters or weigh them in kilograms, and I don't have a metric fillet knife. I just wouldn't work. Yes, there are Canadian geese. I wouldn't say that there's any more here than there are in Memphis. Um, I kind of, you know, I keep, Trump wants to deport anybody. Take the Canadian geese and send them the hell back here. Because those things are nothing but full of poop. And I had to stop at Walmart, like I said, to get a suitcase. And there was this one seagull, a little big seagull. He was just sitting on a car, like, I own this place. I'm like, why is this seagull? Oh, yeah, the Lake Ontario. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's see. I'm not allowed to give Amanda any crap about Anthony or Anthony any crap about Amanda because apparently I take jokes too far. Who knew, right? Me take jokes too far. I know. I was shocked. I was as shocked as all of you. Um, the people up here are nice. Um, I appear to be near an entertainment area. I was like, asking around last night, I'm like, is there, anywhere to get something to eat this late? She's like, yeah, I head up 2 blocks and you'll find I forget what they call the little district, but several little restaurants. Reminded me a lot of like the West End in St. Louis or uh, the West End in St. Louis. It's West End in Dallas, I know. I think it was the West End in St. Louis as well. But anyway, these little areas where it's a walking area and such. The houses here are very close to each other. Um, Reminds me of St. Louis City, where there's a lot of old buildings that are just, you know, spitting distance between each other. Literally, like a lawnmower could fit through between one house and the next. Why are we being bored? Well, Cindy, it's like this. Yeah. Dawson, I am in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Don't you know? Hey. Um, Yesterday, so in addition to the flight getting delayed, there were 3 gate changes. Um, and turns out Charlotte International Airport's not small, and but it was still quite cramped. So we got moved a few times, and I got more steps in yesterday walking through the airport than I get dancing it, according to my watch. And so I'm old, fat, my body's tired of me. So I was sore all day, and I'm still sore and tired. Lost an hour, all that good stuff. Nothing to do there, eh? No, there's not. There really isn't. I mean, there is. But I was like, there was a supermarket like across the street from my hotel. So I ducked in there last night. I was going to get a case of water. It says, I drink water. I don't know what kind of supermarket it is, but it ain't like an Aldi or a Kroger or a Publix or anything like that. It was, I want to say, I think the writing was Middle Eastern on the packaging inside, although it could have been Asian. I don't really know. And yes, I realize that the Middle East is mostly Western Asia, but leave me alone. Dawson, they're very nice. They obviously have that northern accent that northern people have, but they're not like Louisiana where you can find somebody that's truly Cajun. You're like, what did you just say? I mean, it sounded like it could have been words, but I don't know what they were. Everybody here is really cool. There's a lot of French Canadian around here, so the street signs are in English and French. So I'm learning that exit and sortie are the same thing. Otherwise, I mean, it is what it is. The person in the room next door has a dog that barks when it feels like it, which I guess is what dogs do. Parking here is weird. Again, we're about 30 minutes from the airport, maybe a little bit more. So I thought that we'd be more rural area. We're not. We're not at all. Yes, double tap that screen, Troy. How you doing, my friend? I'm just talking about being the international man of travel that I am at this young age, and how I've been, now to 2 countries in my life, including the one I was born in. I'm just kind of bored because there are content creators out there. I don't know if you've heard this, but some of them have been slacking. They haven't been going live. So I'm stuck, bored, waiting for somebody to go live. So I did because I turned the TV on. You know, there was a song that came out, I think it was in the late 80s, early 90s, 57 channels and nothing on it. And that's exactly how I feel. So there you go. I'm in a Hilton brand. Um, they pissed me off yesterday. So I called to make sure that I had a guaranteed late arrival because apparently, if you've ever watched the Seinfeld episode about reserving a car, hotel rooms work the same. We gave your room away. Why? Wait, I had a reservation. Right, but you weren't here by 6. Right, but I had a reservation. Right, but you weren't here by 6. But you already charged us room. Right, because you had a reservation. But I can't get a room because you gave it away. Right, because you weren't here by 6. So I called to fix that. And they're like, would you like to stay on the phone for listen to a brief marketing message for 1,000 points, which will get you a free night? I'm like, sure. I'm bored. Why not? I'm sitting in the airport. So the next minute, this guy, he's like, yes, you have to listen to the brief marketing message and you get 1,000 points. But great. He says, what's your phone number? I said, no. He's like, you don't want to give me your phone number? No. He said, okay, I'm just going to call him. Hung up. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You promised me 1,000 points. So I called Hilton back. I said, what the hell? Like, well, that's the Hilton getaway promotion or some other company. I'm like, no, you told me I had to list a promotion. What did you list it? I said, well, no, because he hung up on me because I wouldn't give my phone number. Well, you have to give me your phone number. Well, that was not part of the deal. Anyway, Hilton can kiss my ass. Anyway, well, Seago, it's not my fault that you don't own an Android product. I can't help you there, sir. Troy, it does work on a TV. What you're not, it's not the double tap. You have to actually throw baseballs at it. Throw 2 baseballs at the TV screen. It'll work fine, I promise. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. And my hotel's nice. I mean, I got a microwave. They've got real dishes. They've got a 2-burner stove, a dishwasher, almost a refrigerator, almost a real refrigerator. Not a little dorm-sized thing. Kind of a nice little hotel, to be honest with you, once you get in it. Parking, like I say, anyway. So, Hilton, American Airlines, it does kiss my ass at the moment. For the bait and switch thing. Like, no, you don't get my phone number. I mean, why? No, probably listen to your marketing message. You just give me the spiel, and I go, no, I don't want it. Give me my points, right? But I knew better. I should have known better anyway. Kind of like when the people are like, we'll give you a free mini vacation if you had let somebody come demonstrate their stupid vacuum. My first wife did that. And then, a guy brings in a $1,500 stupid vacuum that, we couldn't afford at the time anyway. Didn't matter. And we're like, we really want to do this for this. He's like, oh, I don't know about that offer. Let me find out. So he comes back with this, looked like a mimeograph. That's how bad the quality was on it. I was like, oh, here it is. We never went, whatever it was. Yeah, so there you go. So Dawson, I don't know where you're from, but Canada is just kind of like any other place, except things are in kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour, and the distance is measured in kilometers, which are not miles. And the gas prices here are like $1.39, which I thought was great until I realized that's per liter, which there's close to 4 liters in a gallon. So the gas prices here suck ass. You waited 30 minutes for a broken sky bridge. Huh. I thought DFW had the little tram. TRAAM, because it was American Airlines up. A broken sky bridge. Did you, I mean, was it a drawbridge? Went, ooh, and then it wouldn't come back down? I don't know. DFW is a huge airport, I know. I used to live there. But tall buildings, they have houses, they have restaurants, they have a lot of Tim Hortons. I've not been to one yet, but apparently Tim is great. One of the more popular Hortons. And not as popular as the Horton Who Hears a Who, but still a very popular Horton. Couldn't get off the plane unless you jumped. Oh, that thing. Oh, my bad. But that shouldn't, I mean, then they should just bring cruise stairs. Because, I mean, it's just a big set of, Biden uses them. Might have tripped on some. I don't know. Just saying. Oh, and then we did get our plane. They unloaded it. They got everybody off of it because it came from, let's say, Dulles, DC. And the guy claimed, like, we'll start boarding soon. The problem is that the ground air conditioner that they hook up to it while it's in the thing, the parking space, the area where we load. I know what that word's called. I just don't remember it at the moment. But anyway, so while it's there, they hook it up to external power for air conditioning or external air conditioning or whatever. It wasn't working, so they were actually air conditioning it through the jetway, sky bridge, as you call it. And then, yes, we got on there. It's like, I know it's a little warm here. We'll have air conditioning as soon as we start the engines, but we can't start the engines yet because they're still loading your luggage. Apparently, they were busy trying to figure out how to tear mine up. So, anyway, we got started and it wasn't bad. And I'm most of the way through Deadpool 2, so I'll finish watching that, I'm sure, on the way home. Rather funny. Anyway, not a movie I'd ever pay to see. And I don't understand why you take Ryan Reynolds, who is, no, I think it's Ryan Reynolds. We'll call it Ryan Reynolds. Anyway, whoever it is one of those hot actors, and then, put him in makeup where his face is burnt. Like, what's the point? I mean, why are you paying a good-looking dude to look ugly? You could pay me, I look ugly already. Oh, what a take and play do. Ooh. Oh, I gotta see what that little prick did. I don't know what a ligma movement is. I mean, I had a bowel movement, but what the hell do you want from me, kid? That's not nice. Okay. I don't know what a ligma movement is, so there you go. Apparently I'm not young and hip, or liberal and stupid, or conservative and stupid, or I'm just stupid. I'm too stupid to know I'm stupid. It's a joke. I thought I was a joke. Gotta fix my mustache. Straight there. Yes, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. It lets people know that if they're bored, they should come in here and be bored too. So, the lake that I've been fishing lately, Appling Lake in Bartlett, Tennessee. It's kind of it's shaped like this. So you get kind of a big L shape sort of. I tried the deep spots, what I believe are the deep spots, and wasn't getting a lot of luck there. So this last live I tried the shallow area, didn't get there, so I'm going to try the other end. The other end, because I was fishing in that bend part, like I said, I was fishing in this area, and then I was fishing down here, not in the absolute shallow end, but this end up here is where a lot of people will crappie fish. It's also where the spillway is. Well, spillway might be using the word liberally, the overflow. So I'm not really sure what to get out of it, where the catfish are. I know they're in there somewhere. But even the bluegill last time didn't want my chicken. When I took a piece off and threw it in the water, it happened to land on a rock, kind of shallow, and Nothing touched it. Oh, gay jokes. We don't do gay jokes. No, we don't do that shit. I make inappropriate jokes of a nature, but as far as like slamming gay people and shit, no, we don't pull that shit. Uh, if gay is the best joke you could come up, best insult you could come up with somebody, you suck. So there you go. On the other hand, Troy is kind of cute. Just saying. Um, so I'm a little perplexed as to where the catfish are because there are channel catfish there. I did catch. It was funny as I'm just sitting there talking to the camera. This night crawler just starts crawling across the grass. So I had a little bait rod with a trout magnet on there, and I put pieces of him on there. And let me tell you, the bluegill were all over it. Well, green sunfish. And I got the green sunfish, and yeah, a few of them like this, and I caught a crappie on one of them. And it was a keeper crappie, to be honest with you. It was a darn good crappie for that lake because it gets a lot of fishing pressure. Crappie do not. They barely get to the legal limit before somebody pulls them out. Well, no, Pride Month. I mean, I believe in making fun of almost anything, right? Have a good time with it, but the mean-spirited, insulting stuff, no. No. Uh, we got politicians that do that shit on both sides. But there's no need for there's no need for it. Just ones that would like to hear a politician talk about what they're going to do, not what the other one sucks. I have not found any good deals right now, Cindy. That Fluker president, I haven't checked to see if it's still alive or not, but that was a good deal. Um, it's less than half price. And the Fluker present, a very decent reel. A lot of people like them. For the full price, I would rather have the Daiwa Regal LT, but that's me, right? The Fluker, don't get the size 20 because it's the same as like a size 500 in the Shimano Sienas and stuff like that. The spool's just, the diameter of the spool is of the lip at least, the spool, the whole thing. It's just too small. So unless you just really need that real lightweight, you get too much line twist. So that's why I say stay away from it. It also has 7 ball bearings instead of 10, but 10 ball bearings in a reel is overkill anyway. We all know that. So Dawson, Georgia, I'm trying to think of Great Lakes in Georgia because I know that you've got a few. There's one that starts with L. Lanier? That's in Georgia, isn't it? Now, there's a difference between a good fishing spot and one that produces well, right? The Potomac, as an example, it produces well. It's a good fishing spot, but producing well doesn't necessarily it is not the only criteria for a good fishing spot. Accessible makes it a good fishing spot. Clean makes it a good fishing spot. Good water, which I guess are all things that the fish would like too, but I digress. People want Bill Dance kind of experiences when they fish. Big secret, Bill Dance fished private lakes, private ponds, trophy private areas. So, not to take anything away from him, but when you start off at an advantage, then yeah, of course you do well, right? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Alabama has obviously some very good fishing in Guntersville, Wilson, Wheeler. They connect to Pickwick on the Tennessee side, and then of course they connect to Nickajack, I think, on the further east in Tennessee. So all that's part of the Tennessee River system. And the Tennessee River, it has it has its better areas and its worse areas, right? Um, there's a story going around it that Fort Loudon doesn't have any catfish in it, according to somebody, I can't remember his name, or at least doesn't have good catfish in it, whatever. Sorry, his mic's thirsty there. Um, but as an example, you watch Cindy and Travis, they fish in a good fishing spot, but they don't always produce well, right? But that you're not going to. If you wanted to do that, get your own land and a private pond and they'll may fish it, right? And then you can have great fishing all the time. Although, I grew up on a farm with a farm pond, and all I really caught in it was bluegill. There were bass in there, but I didn't catch many. And turtles. But I was also a kid. And anyway, you catch and release, but you leave off the catching part. That is one of the things that I love about live streams, right? And there are different theories on how to do live streams. Some people are like, I want to catch my first fish and then I'll go live if I catch a fish. Well, Dawson, what are you fishing for, right? What species are you fishing for? Because shooting fish in a barrel is not going to make you a better angler. Fishing in the Bass Pro Shops aquarium is not going to make you a better angler. You have to know what the fish are doing, why they're doing it, where they're going, and why they're going there. Yes, fishing has sucked lately because, the fish don't cooperate. John Parker, God bless his heart, he is not on the best water out there. But I always loved watching John Parker live streams. Back when Chunky was doing YouTube, and I actually had this conversation with other people. It didn't matter if he caught a fish. I mean, he usually did, but it didn't matter. The show was entertaining whether or not the rods got hit. Fish was a bonus, right? So back to the idea of live stream. Some people, they want to catch a fish first before they go live because they're like, well, I don't want a skunk on the live. Why not? Why not? I mean, you want to entertain your guests, right? But I'm not going to catch any fish on this live stream. I guarantee you that. Even if Kroger delivered them, they have Kroger up here. They do have a Toys R Us. Toys R Us, Babies R Us. Believe it or not, there was one. I was surprised. Right, he's funny. Exactly, he's entertaining. There are channels that you watch because, I say because they're for learning, but there's only so much you can learn from any one person, because they're not going to give it up, first off. The best angler out there is not going to tell you all the secrets. Like Richard Gene, the fishing machine, I like watching him, but there's only so many times this one trick catches them all. Well, it's a different trick, but it's kind of the same trick. So, and then you got Dieter who wants to show you how to tie a Palomar knot, 15 different videos. But yeah, it's about the entertainment value. It's about, I came tonight with nothing to talk about other than my experience with the airline and my travel, right? I depend on you guys to come up with topics I can feed off of you. If none of you were here, I would have ended this about 38 minutes ago. I'll give it 2 minutes, and if nobody shows up, what's the point, right? Got 10 people and 14 thumbs up. I don't know how that happened, but thank you. So I'm in Canada for work. Our company acquired another smaller company, and I'm up here just going through their IT stuff and figuring out kind of what assets they have. And I don't tend to like traveling. I was a contractor for Alcatel-Lucent back when they were rolling out the UVerse for AT&T, and I went to several different cities. And I talked about that a little bit once. There were two cities I went to that I wanted, after being there for a week, that I actually wanted to move to. One was Corpus Christi, and the other was Chattanooga. Indianapolis was not on the list. Charlotte, I went there. No, thank you. Charlotte was another no. I've been to California a few times. No. I liked Corpus Christi. I liked the fact that the airport was off. It felt like it was like 30 miles in the middle of nowhere. But even when I got into town, I liked town. Hey, how you doing, Josh Thompson at Thompson Outdoor and More? Just 3 miles east of the Watts Bar Dam in East Tennessee, off the highway something or another that I can't remember, and I'll just give you the wrong number, so I won't bother. But if you find Watts Bar Dam and you head 3 miles east, you will get there, unless you try it in a boat, in which case you will get to the shore and mess your prop up. So there aren't a lot of places I've been to that I want to live. Chicago, I like Chicago. I don't want to live there ever. But I do love their pizza. And the sad part is every time I go through Chicago, all I get is stuffed pizza. I can't bring myself to try the plethora of other absolutely fantastic food that I know that they have, because the pizza's so damn good. Oh, another joy. So, before I was going to go somewhere, I was like, hey, is there a pizza joint that delivers here? It's like, well, yeah, we got Domino's, we got Pizza Hut, all that. Open up the Domino's app, put in a new address, state. Well, it's not a state. I tried to put the postal code in, which has letters and numbers while they lie. Hey, Reef Robber is either going live now or in 30 minutes, one of the two. With the premiere, I believe. And maybe I'll do it live. But if you haven't checked out Reef Robber, he's always fun to watch. He does videos on crabbing and fishing off of Oregon's coasting. But so I can order Domino's pizza through the app that I already had on my phone. So I go to their website. It was going to be like $32 to get a large pizza delivered. And I was like, even though it's not my money, hell no. So there was that. Of course, I usually do the $7.99 large one topping carry out special, but I'm here and it was going to be delivery and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, no, just no. Well, I came up with nothing to talk about. So, at my little lake that I fish, and I've thought about going to another lake, but it's kind of like, I'd really rather figure this one out. Because the fish, they're congregated somewhere. And you can't put a boat in the water. I mean, you could put a remote control and, pull one of those little depth finders behind it, or transducers behind it, record the lake, if I had a couple $1,000s to spend on equipment I don't need. Rod, you sinful SOB. My godson, you should be banished from life. So, Emo's Pizza is St. Louis style pizza. It is special. When I lived in St. Louis, I went there for the first time because it was a special of some sort. I ordered 2 pizzas. I picked the boxes up to carry them out. And then I laid them back down and I opened it up to make sure there was something inside the damn things. Because if you've ever had, so stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut, that is not Chicago style stuffed pizza. Chicago style stuffed pizza is a bottom crust, kind of, it's sort of about hand tossed thickness. Um, Cheese toppings, the top crust about the same thickness, then pinched together on the side, around the edge, and some holes ripped in it so that the steam can escape. And then there is sauce on top of all that. So typically, the normal Chicago style stuffed pizza does not have sauce inside it. It's all on top of the crust. And so the top crust does not get crispy. It kind of just melts into the rest of it, sort of. I don't know a better way to say it. It's not a crispy top crust, except around the edges, of course. St. Louis style pizza is a very, very thin cracker style crust. Very thin. It has a very sweet sauce. People who don't like it refer to it as ketchup sauce. It's a sweet sauce. It goes all the way to the edge. There is no edge of the crust. It's all the same thickness. It's just about the thickness of a cracker, like a saltine. It's got sauce and it's got Provel cheese, which is an amalgamation of Satan's anal glands, as best I can tell. Kraft actually makes it. It's unique to St. Louis style pizza. Now, when you get a taste for St. Louis style pizza, it's fine. It's good. But if you are used to Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, New York style pizza, Chicago style. I haven't had the cracker crust from Chicago. I've had the deep dish and I've had the stuff. But St. Louis style pizza is an abomination to everything that is pizza if that's what you're used to. If you were raised on Emos, it's the shizzle. Let's see. Like thin pizza, can't help it. I'm simple. A cracker crust is great when it's done right. I mean, please forgive me for my sins. Pizza Hut's thin and crispy is good. I love their crust on the thin and crispy. I like a more substantial pizza. I like pizza pie. I want lots of cheese, lots of toppings. St. Louis style pizza does not lend itself to that because it is not a heavy pizza. It's a very lightweight. Domino's, okay, Rod, I'll give you that. Domino's is pedestrian pizza. It is absolutely, I won't say that it sucks. It is mediocrity at its finest. Same for Papa John's. The same for Pizza Hut. When I was growing up, I thought pan pizza from Pizza Hut, barbecue pizza, it's just the bomb. I've learned better, right? But it's how you were raised, what you were raised on. You go back to those things, right? Earl's premiering in 30 minutes, live in an hour. Thank you, Cindy. So, they always talk about the war between New York style pizza and Chicago style pizza, but there's also Detroit style pizza, which Little Caesars says they are, whatever. The Detroit style pizza is more of a thicker bread type crust. It is, anyway. And then you got St. Louis style pizza, which is just absolutely thin. I've never tried Marco's. X-Lines was another one that was up in St. Louis. I think they did Chicago style pizza. There was also E's Pizza, which I don't think was the same as X-Lines. But I actually had a little pizza shop in St. Louis. It was the kitchen of a bar. But people. One night, some people came in to the bar, and they were expatriates from St. Louis, basically. I mean, they had moved to other areas of the country, but they still worked for Southwestern Bell, which was, uh, were they headquartered in St. Louis? I think that, yeah, they were. That was where no, actually they were headquartered in San Antonio, but St. Louis was a big area for them, sorry. And some people came in that, and they, I understand you serve pizza, but we would like to order St. Louis style. Would you be overly offended? I was like, no, go ahead, bring it in. If that's what you want, you know, I understand. It's an acquired taste. Yeah, Rod. So St. Louis has an area called the Hill. Um, I will say it. I don't mean to offend anybody. For decades, it was known as Dago Hill. It's an Italian area. Um, it's not really that much of a hill. Because you're like, you think of the hill, you get to the top of the hill and you're there, but you're not. Central West End, that was what I was talking when I said West End earlier about St. Louis, Central West End. Anyway, so the Hill is a lot of good Italian food. I still miss, and talking about abominations, Pasta House. Pasta House chain of restaurants, it was a local chain. They had one in Cape Girardeau as well, but I think that's about as far as they went. And I don't know if they're still in operation, but they served this salad, which was, again, an abomination of salad. It had artichokes, red peppers, and the salad dressing, they mixed it, and red peppers, or red onions. They mixed it beforehand, and it was supposed to be kind of soggy. Um, Again, an abomination to salad, but once you acquired that taste, it was like, oh, stuff's the bomb. Mr. Gaddy's. I'm sorry, Troy, Mr. Gaddy's. Oh my God. It's like Godfather's pizza. Yeah, anyway. And I'm not a pizza aficionado. I'm not a pizza snob. I don't have a coal-fired oven in my backyard and all that nonsense. But I did work for Little Caesars and Papa John's back in my younger days. And so I kind of knew the fast food pizza industry pretty well. I mean, Little Caesars back then was $10.99, a large two-topping and a large with everything. They, of course, changed their business model considerably since then, but they're still all about the cheap pizza. And Domino's is not something I've ever paid full price for. They do have good specials. Again, $7.99 carry out, and for a while, I'm not sure if they still do curbside delivery, guaranteed the 2-minute delivery, but about 50% of the time doing curbside delivery, I'd get the next one for free because they couldn't get it out there in 2 minutes. I don't know what in the hell they're doing next door, but if it were the bed squeaking, I don't know what's going on, but just a whole lot of squeaking. Oh well. Happy birthday to them, I guess. Pizza Inn. So Pizza Inn and Pantera's are basically the same chain. Pantera's was in St. Louis, but Pizza Inn was further south. Yeah, they fell by the wayside. I think they never got that foothold. I still don't understand how Papa John's got their foothold. Well, Papa John's didn't really do anything differently. Better pizza, better ingredients, better pizza, whatever. Like pizza places that like we make our dough every day. Well, who cares? Because you don't want today's dough. You want dough that has been proofed for at least 3 days, refrigerated, at the very least. I'm sorry, Diana. I will not talk about food. I certainly will not show you this bag of Cape Cod vinegar and sea salt chips. But Papa John's, they didn't make their dough in house. It all came from the commissary. where it was, came in just like Domino's dough does. Not saying it's the same dough, but it comes in refrigerated and proofs in the store. Little Caesars actually made it in store, but again, still had to sit in the fridge for at least a day and a half. That's about a $5 bag, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean Pantera's was good for what it was. Um, they just they didn't excel at anything. Like I said, Papa John's, I didn't see any real differences. Um, they the pepperoncinis and the garlic sauce were the two things that they did differently. But I don't like pepperoncinis, and the garlic sauce was ass in my opinion. Ah, yeah. Well, thanks for coming back there, Scotty. Yeah, we got Fun Fishing Adventures, we got Rod's Fishing Adventures, but apparently Bank Fishing Adventures thinks I suck. So the heck with you, Stacy. I'm not gonna ask about your mom ever again until I do. Um, so that's kind of my rant and shindig and boredom of the night. Um, Joe's Pizza and Pasta, but not sure they're really good. That's kind of the thing. It's hard to stand out in any food area, right? You can be the best, you can be the fastest, or you can be the cheapest. You can be the cheapest and the fastest. You can be the best and the fastest. You really can't be the best and the cheapest. You can't have all three pieces, right? Chef Boyardee, okay, look, I'm not going to make fun of you, Stacy. I mean, you get the big can of the ravioli, and I ain't seen as good ravioli, but it fills you up, doesn't it? Michael Lockhart, why in the world would you be waiting till September to go catfishing again? You tell us about all the spots, the good ones you've seen at your honey hole. Nothing, I mean, a little hot, but other than that, if the weather's mild enough, that's why I go out. I don't much care to sweat profusely on camera. And thank you for coming in, Stacy. Thank you for being here. I guess you were here and I was just being a smart ass. I know, I'm as surprised as you were. You look at restaurants I used to really like, Applebee's, Fridays, they just have failed to adapt to the times. O'Charlie's, I don't know if they went under completely, but the ones in Memphis are gone. Cheddar's is getting long in the tooth. Perkins is one of those weird ones that I would have thought would have been dead decades ago, and they're still holding on, and they aren't so bad anymore. Going to rods to crappie and catfish in September, but he doesn't know it yet. Well, I'll tell you what, Scotty, your secret is safe with me. I will not tell Rod. Okay, so Rod, if you heard that, you need to. Poof, it's gone. See, never even heard that. Oh, that one. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Scotty said that, and then Stacy said, "Don't tell him." Okay. Yeah, you can always count on me. If you use my bald head, you can count to one. One. I mean, Rod's a tugboat captain. I mean, how smart can they be? Especially if you're going south. All you have to do is just get in the river and wait. No, that's how you hit bridges. My bad. Okay, maybe he's not. Maybe he's a little more smart than I thought he was. Yeah, the heat wave and the town vessel. Well, that makes sense, Mike. But see, the downside is when you get a nice cool patch for like a week or so, it messes the fish up because they're like, crap, things have changed. Fish are like people. We don't like change. Fish want to be comfortable. They want to eat. They want quality of life for a fish is not that high. Um, the same goes for pretty much all animals, right? They don't have money. They don't buy things. They're all equal. Um, the strongest survives until you're not the strongest anymore, and then you could eat, right? Or you get to be the biggest fish in there, and then you just die of old age, whatever. So your fish are looking for a place to be comfortable, a place to feel safe, and a place to sustain their lives. And so if they get uncomfortable, they don't tend to want to eat. If they know that uncomfortable is coming because they can feel the change in the pressure starting, they may feed up so that they don't, because they know that the downtime is coming. Or it may be a situation where like when you feel a cold coming on, that you don't want to eat because you don't feel like it. You know you're not going to feel well. So fish don't really, they talk a lot, but they don't say anything. So there's that. Um, and you've got people who are really good in their body of water and are quite confident in, if anybody can catch fish in this stretch of the river or this lake or this whatever, it's going to be me, right? And it's not pompousness. It's that they know their waters very well. They know how their fish move and where they move and why, and they can understand that area. And when you don't understand the area, much like I'm having with this one lake, I mean, they're all balled up somewhere. I just don't know where it is. So I gotta find it. It sounds like they learned from me, ODOC. What about eating, engorging themselves before they don't feel comfortable? That's pretty much how I feel uncomfortable, is eating too much. But good to see you, MoDog. I'm proud that you joined one of my live streams. I mean, I don't have any Mo-Pups to show. I don't have any. Hi, Trini. Tell everybody hi. Hi, MoDog. Say hi, Scotty. Hi, Scotty. Do a heart. See if it works on mine or not. Apparently not. I don't know how it works on MoDogs. They do hearts and it shows up and... Okay, anyway. Yes, that does sound like me. Lots of things being said and nothing being understood. Nothing coherent. So anyway, MoDog, I'm up in Canada right now. Don't you know? Eh. Go Toronto. Hockey. So anyway, I'm bored. I'm getting over it. So if I understand Cindy's message correctly, in about 10 minutes, our friend Reef Robber, Earl, who has crabs, will be doing his premiere. And then about 30 minutes after that, he does a live stream where he'll be sitting talking about stuff like this. Well, not me going to Canada, but whatever. Oh, hey, Austin. How you doing, my friend? Nephew Austin Lee, the pro tickle fighting champion. Ooh, he gets... for somebody who says, well, my kid changed this, and he keeps changing it to something else. Very better. Yes, yes. You definitely have to... Don't you know about the Mises? The mooses and the Mises. I don't know if a moose is a meese or a meese is a moose, but don't you know? Hey. So there we go. So everybody, if you haven't subscribed to the Reef Robber, it's the Reef Robber. Earl ruined it for me because Earl has a look about him. He's got, the beard. And so I always made the joke if he looks Amish and he's like, I'm a Mennonite. I'm like, oh, shit. Because I know what Mennonites are to a degree. It's like, well, that ruined the entire joke. I mean, it's kind of like, I can't make jokes about it anymore because now it's not funny. It's funny when I thought you weren't Amish. 30 million now? No, he's at a ridiculous number of subs. Of course, I'm at a ridiculous number for what the shit I put out. But hey, Wild Hook, So your phone finally cooled the hell off. Sorry, we've all been there. Um, we have all been there. That is the one downside. So GoPros, they overheat. Um, Bad. I hate my GoPro. Um, the DJI Osmos, they can overheat as well, but your phone can overheat. It's like if that's the one that is the Achilles heel. If they just why can't they just make a camera with cell capabilities so you can live stream because it's a whole lot easier that way. And make it. I don't care if it's 4 times as thick, as long as it can cool itself off and not overheat and shut itself off and ruin my life. 4 guard chasing your line last time you went catfishing. Well, so Buddy Creo catfishing, he says he likes fishing around gar. He says find the gar, go a little behind them and below them, because your gar are going to be chasing the bait fish and taking their snaps at them and injuring a bunch of them, and the catfish are down there going, thanks for the free food. So yes, the gar are annoying, but if you can get your bait down past them, not a bad thing. Hey, Jody. The same holds true for stripers and white bass. If you could find a feeding frenzy of pretty much any kind of fish, the blue cats will be underneath them, coming back. They're there for the scraps. Because what happens is that it'll attack a fish. It may injure it and not eat it, or might not eat all of it, and then the blue cats are hanging down there going, just let it drop, we'll get it. So there you go. Well, Jody, I was about to wrap this up because here in about 5 minutes we're going to have our buddy the reef robber, Earl, showing us his crabs or lingcod or whatever it is he's catching these days out of the Pacific Northwest. So, and then after that he does a live stream, does that every Monday, at apparently 9, 8 Central. And on Thursday nights, there's a Modog guy that he does it, I want to say he goes live at 6:30 Central. He shows video of his usually first, and then he goes into talking about how he has a better looking wife and nicer kids than all of us. But it is what it is. Small goldfish lure. That's fair. Gar are fun to catch. Just stay away from the toothy end. And then Wednesday nights, there's that Cindy lady that does a show, usually 5 or 5:30 Central. And then I want to say 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern on Friday night is that Jody lady with that Cool Kids character that stole Jody from me, the bastard. I hate his guts. Does the I don't know if it's a flathead challenge anymore. And then on Tuesday night, I believe, I don't know if it'll be at 5:30 or 7 this week Central Time. She will have the Monster Rod Holders something show. Power Hour. There it is. Hey. Something cut my line halfway down my sinker. It had to be a gar. I mean, that's one of the downsides of using all these beautiful demon dragons. I don't understand. I do understand it, but I don't understand it. So for those who weren't around 20 years ago bass fishing, the Zara spook is what it was basically. It's a rattle lure. It's top water. It floats. So they use it in place of a float for doing the Santee Cooper rigs. But they don't have hooks on them. But they paint them all up pretty. So it's supposed to attract the fish. Well, so what's the fish going to hit? But you got no way of hooking it. So you can smack around your spook for a while, demon dragon, whatever you want to call it, before it ever gets to your actual bait. Anyway, there's that. You caught a flathead 3 weeks ago? That's a long time for you, Jody. That was a long time. Mike Lockhart said something and said, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Fun Fishing Adventures. Oh yeah, Sunday nights. Fun Fishing Adventures and Bank Fishing Adventures has a show called After the Catch. It's something. I remember I was on it. They do it 6 o'clock Central on Sundays, and they've been doing a 4-hour show. No. Which video, Mike Lockhart? Because I've gone to your channel and I don't think you have videos, do you? Because I know I've been there and I looked, I was like, you didn't do them. Sunday Night Bites. Well, doesn't everything bite these days? Yeah, I did follow the chair. Yeah, that's why I hit my head and I forget things. I don't know. I didn't follow my chair on the airplane, so So, Mike, I'm real curious about the skipjacks in the Coast Guard. I did see was it Cindy? Cindy had, no, that wasn't the Coast Guard. Who was that came up there? It was a bunch of workers, or was that? I don't think it was the Coast Guard though. Remember that big dock right next to him? I do roll well. Hey, round is a shape, baby. Anyway, thanks everybody. Yep. Reef Hour's about to start. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me when I was bored, because God knows I needed some company. Oh, on Cindy's last evening. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did see that boat roll up, and she even did a short on it, too. Cool. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.